Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Kaiser. Thank you for tuning in if you are returning. If you are new, this is Coding Every Day Until I Get a Job. Together, we are going to go through this free CodeCamp curriculum, the JavaScript algorithms and data structures curriculum to be specific. And for those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, in the last episode, we left off at concatenating strings with the plus operator. And in today's episode, we are going to be concatenating strings with the plus equals operator. So, as always, you can put me on in the background and walk through this together with me. Or if you would like, you can just watch me think out loud as I work through these problems. So we're going to go ahead and get started now. And again, this lesson, the title for it is Concatenating Strings with the plus equals operator. As always, I'm going to be reading through the information that has been provided first, and then I will read through the problem that we're going to solve, and together we can walk through in our code editors and attempt to solve the issue that's given to us. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading through the information. It says we can also use the plus equals operator to concatenate a string onto the end of an existing string variable. This can be very helpful to break a long string over several lines. And then they do have a note here. It says, watch out for spaces. Concatenation does not add spaces between concatenated strings, so you'll need to add them yourself. They provide an example. It looks like they are declaring a variable with let and giving it a name of our string. We have the equals assignment operator, and the value is set to the string of I come first. And then our string has the plus equals operator, and then it's in another string that it says I come second. So I'm assuming what it's going to do is it's going to concatenate our string, which has a value of I come first, and it's going to add or concatenate I come second onto the end of that. And as we see right below the example, it says our string has a value of the string I come first, I come second. Okay, so that seems fairly straightforward. Let's see what the issue that we're trying to solve today is. It says, build my string over several lines by concatenating these two strings. This is the first sentence. This is the second sentence, using the plus equals operator. Use the plus equals operator similar to how it is shown in the example, and be sure to include a space between the two strings. Start by assigning the first string to my string, then add on the second string. Okay, so what we have to do, it looks like, we have a variable declaration with the value or the name of my string, and we're going to give it a value using the assignment operator, the equal sign. And let's see, we need to give it a string value of this is the first sentence, and I'm going to go ahead and just copy this here, and then we're going to paste it. Now we want to add a space at the very end because, as it said in the information, the space is not added whenever you concatenate. And now we're going to come down to our second line here, and we are going to do my str. And remember the camel case because it is case sensitive, and that is the naming convention. And we are going to do plus equals. So we are using the plus equals operator, which should concatenate our second value here. And we are going to copy this second part again here. It says this is the second sentence. So we're going to copy that, and then we're going to paste it in, and let me make sure to add a semicolon at the end. So what we have, before I hit submit, we're just going to walk through it one last time. We have a variable being declared with the name of my string and the value that says this is the first sentence. Don't forget to add the space at the end of that. And then we have my string, the plus equals 2 operator, which should concatenate this is the second sentence onto the end. And I believe that's correct. So we're going to hit run the tests. And that is correct. Okay. So let's submit and go to the next challenge. Excuse me. So the title for this chapter is called Constructing Strings with Variables. And I'm going to go ahead and read through the information here. It says, sometimes you will need to build a string Mad Lib style by using the concatenation operator. You can insert one or more variables into a string you're building. So in the example that is listed here, we have 2 variable declarations, it looks like. They are both constants, and they have the names of our name and our string. They got the value set to free code camp, and then the second one, our string, has the value of hello, our name is, and then a space, the plus operator, the concatenation operator, and our name, and then another plus, and then a string value of comma, how are you? So it looks like it's adding the value in the our name variable into the rest of the string here. And right below the example, it says our str would have the value of string hello, our name is free code camp, how are you? Okay, so provided pretty good information. Let's go ahead and we're going to walk through the problem together now. I'm going to read through it and we'll see if we can't find out how to fix it. So it says set my name to a string equal to your name and build my string with my name between the strings my name is and I am well. So what we're going to do is come over here to our code editor now. I'm going to read the problem one more time and we're going to walk through it together. So set my name to a string equal to your name. Now we're going to set the string equal to my name. I'm going to say there's my name, and we want to build my string with my name between the strings my name is. So what we're going to have to do here is on the my string variable, we are going to first type in my name is, and we're going to add a space, and then we're going to use the plus here, and we are going to give the value of my name, and then another plus to add on the other string here, and we're going to open up another set of quotes for the string, and the third string or the final string here is and I am well. Now let's add a space at the beginning of the and I am well string, just to make sure we do have space on both sides of the my name value here. And let's run the tests. I believe we have this, but let's just make sure. And we do have it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and submit and go to the next challenge. And the chapter that we are on now is appending variables to a string, or two strings, I'm sorry. So just as we can build a string over multiple lines out of string literals, we can also append variables to a string using the plus equals operator. So it looks like we can add two variables together and get the values output for each of them. So in the example here, we have two variables that are declared. One of them is a constant and the other is let. The names of each of them are an adjective and our str. And then at the bottom line here, we have the name our str plus equals to the name of an adjective. So our string would have the value of free code camp is awesome. And that does make sense. So let's come down to the problem here, and we're going to read through it together. It says, set some adjective to a string of at least 3 characters and append it to my string using the plus equals operator. Okay, so we can do that. We'll come over here. It's set up somewhat like our example here. We have a const and let with the names of some adjective and my str. And then the value for some adjective is currently set to an empty string, but we're going to give it a adjective here. So we're going to say awesome as well. And then we're going to come down here and read through this line. It says let my str equal, and then a value that says learning to code is. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to a new line, and we want to add my str. Make sure to do the camel case, and then we are going to use the plus equals operator, and we are going to add some adjective. All right, and then we're going to add a semicolon, because you got to remember that. And I think that may be it. So let's run through it one more time. It says some adjective is equal to awesome, and my string is equal to learning to code is. So if we add my string with the value of learning to code is and use the plus equals operator, then some adjective, which we have up here set to the value of awesome, it should output my string, or it should put out output, not my string. It should output learning to code is and then awesome, because we are using the plus equals to operator here. So let's give this a shot and see if it works. It does work. Okay. And we are going to say ask me later there. So now we are on, let me check the time real quick. We're at about 15 minutes or so. I'll probably go to around 20 minutes this episode, and we'll see how it is from there. So the chapter that we are currently on now says find the length of a string. So the chapter is titled Find the Length of a String. All right. It says you can find the length of a string value by writing dot length after the string variable or string literal. Okay, so we have console.log and then the string value of Alan Peter, and then I believe this is a method, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not going to say that with 100% certainty. But then we're running dot length, which should return the value of 10 in the console. Now there is a note that says that the space between the space character between Alan and Peter is also counted. So that white space, or the space between Alan and Peter, that is counted as part of the length when it's outputted. So, for example, if we created a variable and they have a const with the name of first name and the assignment operator equal to the string value of Ada, it says we could find out how long the string Ada is by using the first name dot length property. So it's a property. Okay. Use the dot length property to set last name length to the number of characters in the last name. So what we want to do, let me just read through this problem one more time and we'll hop over to the code editor. It says use the dot length property to set last name length to the number of characters in last name. So what we're going to do is we are going to give this a console.log, and we are going to, or do we need to do a console.log? We could just do last name length is equal to last name dot length. There we go. And do I need open and closing? No, I don't. Okay. So let's give this a shot. So this is what the code looks like currently. We have a variable declared. It's a let with the name equal to last name length, and then the assignment operator with the value of last name dot length, and then we have a constant declared down here with the name of last name. So we are saying last name length is equal to the value last name with the dot length property, which should return the number of characters in the name here. Okay, I think this is right. Let's go ahead and try it. If not, we will attempt to add it so it outputs it in the console using the console.log. But I believe this should work. Oh, does not work. So let's come down here and let's see what we are missing. It says you should not change the variable declarations in the setup section. Okay, well, let's go ahead, reset this lesson, and then we are going to come down here and we're going to say last name length is equal to last name dot length, and we're going to try that. We'll see if it's really that simple. It is. Fantastic. Okay, so all we needed to do was add the dot length property. All right, we are right at 20 minutes almost. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. just for those who are following along with me, today we are going to be leaving off on the lesson titled Use Bracket Notation to Find the First Chapter in a String. Again, that is use bracket notation to find the first chapter in a string. So that is where we're leaving off, and that is also, coincidentally, where we're going to be picking up in the next episode. Again, thank you everybody so much for watching these videos. I am by no means whatsoever a professional developer yet, but that is why I'm doing this. I feel like hopping on and recording myself and speaking these thoughts out loud not only could help me memorize it better, but maybe you're a person that learns best by listening to what other people are thinking and drawing upon those ideas yourself. If that is you, thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me. And I will continue to make these videos until I get a job. So, with all of that being said, I am very, very thankful for the people who are watching these videos, and I hope you continue to do so. Best of luck to you on your coding journey. Have a great day, everyone.